Hello and welcome to This Explainer. I am so glad you're here with me today. If you're listening right now, I just want you to take a nice deep breath and really settle in. Think of this like two close sisters just sitting down together over a warm cup of tea. Today, we're diving into something incredibly personal, yet it's something almost all of us struggle with. We're talking about the gentle, profound power of feminine communication. We'll explore exactly how to express your needs so you are truly deeply heard. By the end of our time together, you're going to have a completely new perspective on how to communicate your worth. So let's just gently dive right in. Have you ever wondered why you can spend days, maybe even weeks, gathering up the courage to explain how you feel, only to be met with total silence? Or worse, defensiveness? Or maybe you've heard those 3 incredibly painful words, "You're overthinking it." I really want to validate that emotional pain right now, because when you finally open your heart and it just isn't received, it hurts. It literally makes your nervous system feel unsafe. You start second-guessing yourself, wondering, am I being too much? Are my feelings just not important? If you have ever felt that way, please know you're not alone. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with you for just wanting to be understood. But what if I told you a hidden truth? What if the problem isn't that your feelings don't matter, but rather the way they're being communicated is actually making connection harder instead of easier? You know, a lot of us believe that if we just find the perfect, most logical words, you'll finally get it. But the truth is, healthy communication is a skill. It's really not about having a perfect vocabulary. True feminine energy and communication is all about creating this safe, calm environment where someone genuinely wants to listen. And the best part? You can do this without ever abandoning your own needs. Section 1. The pain of misunderstanding. Moving from distance to true connection. Section 2. Finding your inner clarity. Understanding what you truly need. Think about it. When you repeatedly feel unheard, that initial disappointment doesn't just vanish, does it? No, it quietly ferments into resentment. Those tiny misunderstandings suddenly blow up into these repeated, exhausting arguments. And before long, both of you stop feeling emotionally safe, and this invisible wall of distance goes up. Moving from that painful distance back to true connection, well, it requires a complete shift in our approach. And here is where most of us get it wrong. We often rush into conversations expressing our raw, unprocessed emotions before we even understand the deep need hiding underneath them. So I want to encourage you to try a new habit. Pause before every single important conversation. Just stop and ask yourself, which of these core longings am I actually searching for right now? Is it connection, reassurance, support, affection, or maybe just clarity? Pinpointing the exact need grounds you. It pulls you right out of that anxious, swirling mindset and anchors you firmly in your own emotional truth. The really crucial takeaway here is this. The clearer you become with yourself, the easier it becomes for someone else to understand you. Knowing what you need on the inside is the absolute first step of healthy communication. You've got to be deeply connected to yourself first. Once you have that inner clarity, it acts like a bridge to how you actually express it out loud. And that brings us to a super fascinating shift in how we approach our partners. Section 3, the art of the approach. Speaking to be heard. So, once you actually know what you need, how do you say it? Well, the most powerful shift you can make in your relationship is stepping away from attacking your partner's character and instead just making your own inner emotional world visible. Think about the energetic difference between saying, "You never care about me," versus saying, "I've been feeling so lonely lately." That first statement, it's blame. And the second someone hears blame, their nervous system perceives a threat, and their immediate instinct is to defend themselves. The wall shoots right up. But that second statement, it speaks purely from your own experience. It gracefully invites empathy. When you describe your experience instead of attacking, people become so much more willing to just lean in and listen. This actually brings up a really profound question for us to think about. When you're right in the heat of a moment, what's more important to you? Being right or feeling understood? When our emotions run high, our ego just wants to win. We want to prove our point. We want them to admit they were wrong. But choosing the need to be right almost always sacrifices the connection. If your ultimate goal is to feel seen and understood by the person you love, we have to gently regulate our own urge to win the argument. And this leads us to a truly beautiful principle called connection before correction. This simply means softening a conversation by starting with a little appreciation, which helps your true message land safely. Think about it. If you say, "Hey, I know you've been working so hard lately, and I really appreciate everything you're doing for us. And while there's something on my heart I'd love to share." You're creating a safe harbor for your words.
Kindness does not weaken your message. It's actually a sign of high emotional maturity. It proves that you can hold your boundaries and share your needs while still being incredibly loving. But there's another reason nobody really talks about when it comes to feeling unseen.
We so often fall into the trap of expecting him to just guess our needs. We secretly think, well, if he really loved me, he would just know. But the truth is, people express and receive love entirely differently. Instead of waiting, try teaching him how you feel loved. Instead of vague disappointment, give him a roadmap to your heart. Say things like, I feel so cared for when you ask me about my day. Or, it means the world to me when we spend an hour together with our phones away. Give specific, loving requests. It makes all the difference. Section 4. Creating mutual understanding. The importance of timing and shared space. Okay, here's the really surprising part. You could use all the perfect communication techniques. You could express your needs beautifully. But even the most elegant words will completely fail if they're spoken at the wrong moment. Bringing up heavy relationship needs when he just walked in the door, completely exhausted from work, that's a recipe for disaster. So how do we make sure our timing actually supports our message? First, wait for a peaceful moment. Emotional conversations truly deserve emotional space, maybe over a quiet dinner or a really relaxed Sunday morning. Next, share your heart using those gentle principles we just talked about. And finally, ask for his perspective. Sometimes simply changing when you have the conversation can change the entire outcome of the relationship. And when it comes to asking for his perspective, remember this: listening doesn't mean agreeing. It just means making room for another perspective. Healthy conversations are never a one-way street. After you express your heart, pause and ask, how do you see it? Or what was going through your mind? You aren't doing this to invalidate your own feelings, not at all. You're doing it to create solutions together. The goal isn't to defeat your partner. The goal is to understand each other better than you did 5 minutes ago. Now, the next point we're going to look at completely changed everything for me. Section 5, Power of Feminine Strength. Letting self-worth speak louder than fear. We're touching on perhaps the most vital, life-changing lesson of this entire explainer. To truly be heard, you must express your needs from a place of deep self-worth, and let that worth speak way louder than your fear. So many of us, without even realizing it, communicate from a deep-seated fear of abandonment. We speak up, but our energy is screaming, please don't leave me. True feminine strength is grounding yourself in the unwavering belief that your feelings absolutely matter. Notice how this plays out in real life. A fear-based statement sounds like, if you loved me, you'd change. This is an anxious attempt to control the situation just to feel safe. But a statement anchored in self-respect, that sounds like, I'd love for us to grow together. This is you calmly stating your standard while leaving the door wide open for partnership. And I want to gently remind you of something important. If you communicate beautifully, with respect and clarity, and someone consistently dismisses your emotions, well, that isn't a sign for you to try harder. That is highly valuable information about the health of the relationship itself. Ultimately, the true feminine approach to truth is choosing calmness instead of panic. It's seeking clarity instead of getting completely lost in assumptions. And it's fostering connection instead of trying to exert control. Notice how none of these principles involve manipulation, game playing, or that kind of toxic positivity. They don't ask you to shrink yourself or hide your emotions. Instead, they empower you. They allow you to honor both your heart and your dignity from a place of really profound inner peace. And this brings us to a thought that I really hope brings you immense emotional relief. Healthy love doesn't ask you to stay silent, nor does it require shouting to be heard. I just want you to let that sink in for a second. Real feminine strength is honest, it's kind, and it is profoundly courageous. Your feelings absolutely deserve to be heard. Not because you screamed them the loudest, but simply because they belong to you. You are so worthy of being understood. We've covered some truly beautiful, transformative ground today. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Which of these communication principles are you going to practice first? Is it finding your inner clarity? Maybe choosing connection before correction? Or letting your self-worth speak louder than your fear? Let me know down in the comments. I would absolutely love to hear which part resonated with you the most. If this explainer brought you value today, please give it a like, share it with a friend who might really need to hear this, and subscribe for more conversations just like this one. Be gentle with your words, be honest with your heart, and always remember, your voice matters.